Hello, Facebook. I'm live for my Sunday Soul Bite. Welcome to those who will be joining me live in a few minutes because I've tagged several. And so welcome to you guys if you are able to jump on in the moment live with me for my Sunday Soul Bite. And welcome to those who often catch me on the replay, which I love too. They always let me know they're there, hashtag replay, or they make a comment. So I encourage you, if you can't catch me live for my Sunday Soul Bite, to catch me on the replay and let me know that you're watching so I can come and watch with you and engage with you in the comments. So welcome everyone for, I don't even know what number this is now, but it's several episodes into my Sunday Soul Bites. I wanted to, I was actually challenged by my coach to jump on for a short period of time to get more comfortable in front of the camera, but more importantly, to share all of the nuggets and wisdom that I've learned that's transformed my life and transformed me and helped me align with who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing in the world. Share that with others on a more expanded platform. Yes, I share it with my individual coaching clients. Yes, I share and help and support my community, One Degree Shift. But how do I get the word out even more? No more are the days where I hold on to the information, afraid that someone's going to do it better, right? And take something from me. Such a scarcity mindset, right? That we hold on to our wisdom that could help someone right now in their life because we're concerned that if we give our best away, that we're not going to have enough. That's a scarcity mindset, and no more to that for me. I am here every Sunday around 3 o'clock-ish and just sharing a few minutes, 15 minutes or so with you of something that I hope stirs your soul. So I see Suzanne Duque join me, my One Degree Shift ambassador. Hello, I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you for joining me. So welcome again for all those that are joining me and those that will be watching the replay. Thank you for joining. I have some notes here, but I also took notes on the computer, and I kind of like reading them from the computer. I'm not reading them, but glancing down at them from time to time to help me stay on target. I have so much information to share from years and years of personal and professional development and coaching, and I am an avid learner and reader, and so I have so much to share that if I don't take notes and keep myself a little outline, I will stay on for hours. And so I don't want to do that because I want you to watch, right? And I want you to tune in each week, either live or on the replay. So Suzanne Duque, hello. I'm going to see you soon face to face. And I'm so excited about that at my retreat next month. I'll be telling you guys a little bit more about that in a little bit. So let me toggle over to my notes here. All right, so I wanted to give some special shout outs. First of all, shout outs to those who've already registered early for Align with Success Weekend Retreat, which is happening October 4th through the 6th. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, everyone who's already signed up. I love those folks who are decisive, who make a decision like I'm going to be there, and they're not dilly-dallying around about it. It's great to have that level of intentionality coming to the event, right? That I'm going to show up, that I'm going to be there, but not only that I have intention for being there. And so that pulls and draws on me, and it allows me to step up even in a bigger way to be of service, right? And to create an experience that really allows people the sacred and special place to make change happen, to transform, to evolve, and to really align with the success that they want in their life. So thank you guys for those. And for those who have reached out to me and asked questions that are considering it, thank you, because your questions help me clarify even more what I'm trying to create. So thank you for those, and go ahead and make a decision and sign up. Like, I'm so excited. I need to get the numbers around the food, because guess what? I'm feeding you. Like, we're nourishing not just your spirit and your mind, but we're nourishing your body too. So go ahead and get signed up October 4th through 6th. Align with Success. It's a transformational weekend retreat right here in Cedar Hill, Texas. So welcome to my barefoot bungalow as well. Every Sunday evening, I'm welcoming you into my home. It's not a formal thing. It's super cash. It's super relaxed. That's who I am. But I want it to be like you and I are having a conversation right here in my living room, because guess what? That's exactly where we are. All right. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And today's topic I want to talk about, and I think I posted the question in the comments, is what is your spiritual practice to connect with your soul? What is your spiritual practice to connect with your soul? And I use soul loosely because there are different spiritual and religious belief systems, and we differ widely. But what allows you to connect to insight and inspiration and wisdom and guidance? What is your practice that allows you to more deeply connect? And for some people, nature is a spiritual practice for some people. And I don't know if you guys have been following my timeline, but this weekend, Friday, my personal trainer, fitness trainer, took me out to the nature preserve to hike some trails, to walk some trails. And it was beautiful. And I am still getting downloads from that experience. But it was challenging to my physical body, which I guess that was his intention. But we spent several hours out there because going down was easy, but coming back up was a challenge physically. But nature, for many people, is a spiritual practice. And that's why I love the venue for the October retreat, Align with Success, that we're going to be in the Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center. And there are trails there. So there will be an opportunity for us to connect with nature, connect with each other, but connect more deeply with our soul. So I love that, because being outside with trees and birds and flowers and the sounds of nature, the fresh air, the sunshine, and for me, the beach, the water, right? It really helps me to open up my heart and to get still and to quiet that mental chatter in my head so that I can hear from source, so I can hear from my soul, right? The depths of my soul and the wisdom. How can you live an aligned life, a line that's in alignment, right? And create the success that you want without a spiritual practice. So if you don't know what your spiritual practice is, to start asking yourself that question and exploring, go out into nature. It could be a park. It doesn't have to be hiking trails, right? It could be your patio or your front porch, but just to still yourself so that you can hear that small, still voice, that inner wisdom that you have. What is your practice for connecting with spirit, with God? How do you access insight and inspiration? How do you listen for that small, still voice of guidance and truth? A regular practice is something that I encourage my coaching clients and my community members, One Degree Shift, to practice, because a regular spiritual practice keeps us in alignment with our soul as we create the success that we want in life, however you define what success is for you. And I don't believe there's a way to live your best life or an aligned life without a spiritual practice. And so I wanted to share with you guys today 4 methods that I teach coaching clients and my One Degree Shift clients to connect with their soul, to connect with wisdom and insight and inspiration. And so I'm going to toggle over to see who else may have joined me. Suzanne, are you still there? Always safe place when working with Cassandra. Thank you so much. I try to create that safe, sacred place for us to do the work that we need to do to align with who we are and why we're here, and to live life more abundantly and successfully and with more contribution and impact in life. We're here to make a difference, is what I believe. And so the difference that we're going to make in the world starts with us, right? It's us transforming, us changing, us aligning with the kindness, with love, right, that we want to put out in the world. The thing that disturbs us most, the things that disturb us most that are happening in the world may be calling us to do something about it, may be calling us to step into a bigger vision for our lives and to step into a bigger version of ourselves. And so pay attention to those, because they may be that small voice calling you to take some action. First, change and align, right? And then to take some action to create a better world. So thank you so much for sharing. Let's see. Suzanne said, one of my practices is sitting on my back porch. I live on 25 acres, so I have all kinds of animals to watch. Yes. So I am understanding, I used to say, well, I like nature. I like being outside, and I do. But as soon as I see a bug, it could be a gnat, then I start scratching and I run inside to the air conditioning. But I am starting to appreciate nature more and more, and allowing nature to be a spiritual practice and a physical one too, right? So thank you so much for sharing. Yes, spiritual practices are so important as we try to live our best lives, as we try to live aligned with purpose, aligned with love. And so the 4 methods that I wanted to mention that I'll be teaching at the retreat and allowing space for people to practice those, to explore them, is prayer. Prayer is the first method. And so prayer is, how I define it and how I teach it, is a direct, immediate, two-way communication. So when you pray, you ask a question and then you wait for the answer. And what I often see in my clients is that we pray, we send the prayer, the request up, but we don't still ourselves, right, and wait for the answer, because it's a two-way communication and it's direct and immediately. Some people pray and then they look for signs, for clues as an answer, and that's fine. I'm not discouraging that. But there is also a practice, once you clear the resistance on the line, that you can pray and ask requests and then still yourself, quiet yourself. Find a practice that quiets you so that you can receive the answer. So prayer is one. Meditation is another one. Meditation is about closing your eyes, and the one that the way I teach it is visualizing in your mind and conversing with your soul. And so meditation, a lot of people use it to still themselves, right? To open up their hearts, to become spacious and to receive answers and guidance and inspiration. The third one, which I practice quite a bit, I was doing some this morning, is journaling. And so like prayer is making a request and waiting for the answer, journaling is the same way, except journaling is written. Prayer is in your head. Journaling is something that you write down. And I love reviewing my journals. So I dialogue. I have conversations with my soul. I call them conversations with Jesus. And so I'm writing both sides of the dialogue. I'm writing Cassandra and I ask, God, are you there? And then I write G for God and I wait for the answer. And I usually hear yes, always. And so it's this back and forth dialogue in writing and journaling. It helps me connect more deeply, more consciously with my soul, and to get inspiration and insight that way. And the fourth method is dreaming. And so I'm talking about the sleeping kind, right? Because I talk a lot about dreams, your ambitions, your goals, your dreams in life. Dreams are something that you want to create. And I want to help you get there, because that's my passion. And I know alignment is part of the answer of you achieving your dreams. But when I talk about dreaming as a spiritual practice, I'm talking about the sleeping kind. And it's more specifically, it's making a specific request before you go to sleep. So making a request, my mom used to tell me when I was stressed out about a test at school, she would say, sleep on your book, right? And so I would literally put the book under my pillow and I would sleep on it. I don't know, maybe I thought during the night it was going to, get into my brain and I'd be able to recall it. I don't know. I was successful in school, so maybe there was something to that. But when I talk about dreaming is the state where you're the closest to your unconscious, right? The closest to your unconscious mind. And so it's making a specific request before you fall asleep. And then as soon as you wake up, recording your dreams immediately, and using that to get answers and guidance, to connect with your soul. And so those are the 4 methods that I teach: prayer, meditation, active visualization, guided visualization, meditation, journaling and dreaming. And so one of those methods or more are going to be successful for you to connect to inspiration, to connect to that voice of wisdom, from your heart, from God, from the universe, whatever you call it. And it's an important practice to continue so that you have clarity as you move on your purpose path. Oftentimes, you don't get the full picture of where you're going. Oftentimes, you get the next step. And when you take that step, you get the next step, right? And we want to have a practice so that we can continually get that guidance and continually stay in alignment with what we're trying to create in life and our purpose and goals. Often what keeps the channel, that two-way channel, what puts static on the lines is our fears and resistance. And all of us have those, right? We all have fears and resistance, and it causes static in the communication. So when we make a request in our prayer, when we make a request before we go to sleep or in our journal, is that it creates this static, this interference. And so we can't hear the answer. And so what I'll be teaching at the retreat are strategies to release that fear, to release that resistance so that we can align with love, because perfect love drives all fear. And so I want to toggle back over and see if I have anyone else joining me. Hey, Sylvian has joined me. Hello. So give me a thumbs up or a heart if what I'm sharing with you is helpful. Hello, Ricky Robinson. I see you already gave me a heart. Hello. I was thinking, if our parents have been friends for more than 15 years, we're officially family. So hello, cousin Ricky, right? So let me know if what I'm sharing with you, what is your spiritual practice for connecting with your soul? And again, I use that loosely because I know our religious and spiritual beliefs vary, right? They differ widely. But how do you connect? Thank you for the hearts. And what is that regular practice for you? Because when we're talking about achieving something that we don't already have, right? That we want to create something different in our life, whether it's a goal, a dream, whether it's living more purposefully, fulfilling what we feel called to. All of those, it's all about alignment. It's about aligning yourself with it. And a spiritual practice helps you with that. So I talked about 4. If you didn't catch those, watch the replay. I went through very quickly, and I want to talk about the retreat and how I'm going to use those spiritual practice or make space for those at the retreat. So what I'm planning at the retreat, October 4th through 6th, and I invite all of you watching now and watching on the replay to buy your ticket now. At the retreat, I'm planning yoga on Saturday morning. Yoga is a practice that people use to open, right? To clear. It's also for me just a great stretch for my body. But yoga on Saturday morning, we will have prayer and meditation on Sunday morning. So we'll be incorporating spiritual practice all throughout this retreat. We're going to incorporate nature gratitude walks and forest bathing for those who want. I mean, there's outside space that you don't have to actually get on a trail if you don't want to. But I'm going to encourage people to take their journal outside with them and to use nature as a spiritual practice to connect to insight and inspiration. In fact, journaling is going to be so encouraged that the folks that are attending with me, joining me for this retreat, are going to be the first to get my new journal before it's published. So I'll be sharing with you my new journal and some of the practices that I use and exercises that we'll use at the retreat, but you'll be able to take it back with you and continue those spiritual practices that you learn. So you'll get that journal before I even officially publish it. I'm excited about that. And anytime during the retreat, I'm going to encourage you to and make space for prayer, to make a request and wait for the answer. Often we are looking for others for the answers that are already inside of us. And part of my role as a coach is to use inquiry and to create space, safe space for people to access the answers that are already there. There are strategies for your obstacles, the obstacles that you say, I don't have time, I don't have money. There are strategies just waiting for you if you ask. if you connect more deeply, that will allow you to overcome any obstacle that you feel is in your way. There are strategies for fear and the resistance that you feel. I want this, but I'm afraid to take the risk. I'm afraid to move outside of my comfort zone. When you have a spiritual practice, it helps you align with truth, with wisdom, with inspiration, with God, with your purpose, and allows you to move through resistance and fear and any obstacle that you find on your path. But we need to have the practice, right? We need to have the practice. And so I will be sharing with you exercises and my own personal practices to invite you to explore them, right? To see if they work for you. And then I want you to share your practices with me, right? So that I can explore them. It's a give and take. It's a reciprocity between us. We are going to co-create this event. Yes, I'm planning things where that I'll have space for you to access prayer, or at night I will encourage you to make a request before you go to sleep and to jot down immediately upon waking what you hear, and we'll work with those and try to understand the wisdom and the insight, and we will look to see if it's from a trusted source, right? And so we're going to have a transformational weekend. And I guess my question is, have you registered yet? Right? And so get registered. I will provide the link in the comments. I'll provide the link in my description above. Right now, there is a special promotion going on for a limited time. If you buy one general admission ticket, you get to bring a friend for only $97. So doing the math in my head, I think that's for 2 tickets, a savings of $100. And also people have contacted me and say, I want to come, but financially, I don't have, kids just started back to school. I get that. And financially, I don't see how I'm going to be able to make that registration fee. And so one of the strategies that I offer is, if financing the registration over 6 months with no interest makes it easier for you to show up, then let me know. Send me a direct message and I will send you a link so that you can use the option that PayPal has to allow you to buy it now and stretch the payments over 6 months with no interest. And so that's one strategy. There's so many other strategies. So let me toggle over and see who's there and see what questions. Hello, Trina Washington. I hope that you'll consider joining us. Hello, Suzanne. Again, you're still there. Sylvian, wonderful. And all of you that will be watching the replay. Suzanne, yes, you've already registered. You're in my top 10, right? You're my lighthouse. And so one of the bonuses that I offered those who registered early was to get coaching before the event so that you can be intentional and clear about what you want to get out of the event. We're going to start early so you show up ready to receive. And then after the event, sometimes we leave events and we're excited, but we have no support following it. And so we can go back to the same environment and go back to the same old ways. So after the event, those who signed up early and got that bonus, I'll continue to support you after the event so that you have your blueprint and you have some accountability to move things forward the way you want. So I am super excited about what I'm creating. It's my comeback party, guys. I've been out of it for 2 years. Some of you know my journey and my story, just helping my mom rehabilitate after a stroke. And then a year later, she has another stroke and she passes on. And just my journey and dance with grief and just pulling back and recalibrating, right? Resetting and looking at how to move forward and what I wanted to do. And so I am re-energized now and I am ready to serve. And so I'm excited to be back. This retreat is my comeback party, really. And I want you to join me. And we're going to be spiritual, right? We are going to be intellectual. We are going to have fun. We are going to laugh. We're going to celebrate. There may be even tears, but they're good tears. They're healing tears. And we are going to transform that weekend and leave there more deeply connected with our soul and more uniquely aligned with why we're here and able to create the success in our lives that we want. So I welcome you to consider it. I'll post it in the links and to act fast, because there's limited seats, and take advantage of that promo. Bring a friend with you. It's wonderful to have aha and new perspectives and insights with friends, and they can hold you accountable after the event. So thank you. Thank you. I've gone enough for my Sunday Soul Bite. Those watching the replay, continue to engage with me, ask questions about the event, share with me your spiritual practice. Is nature it for you? Because we're going to spend a lot of time in nature, but what other practices are you using to connect with your soul? Share that with me, and I hope to see you all, as many of you as I can, at the retreat in October. Bye-bye. Have a great Sunday.